Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Yesterday we reacted to Loki, best episode yet, by the way, episode 4. Eric Voss is here today with New Rockstars to give us the breakdown of the Easter eggs we missed, the details we missed, things hidden in the background that we might have missed. But yeah, that episode, it had a lot more in it than last episode, I'm pretty sure. Like, last episode we were on this like desolate planet where you couldn't really see a lot of things in the background, so I didn't think there would be many hidden details, and I was kind of right about that. He didn't have too many things except for like the alien languages on the planet. But this episode went all over the place. We went back to Asgard, we went to New York with Avengers Tower destroyed at the end, the post-credit scene. We were all over the TVA. Lots of stuff happened, so here we go. Let's see what Eric Voss has to break down for us. We drop him a like, and here we go.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and this is a breakdown of Loki, episode 4, the Nexus event.
The Nexus event.
Loki himself may save the multiverse from robot puppets and Loki-gators. Let's break down this
Loki-gator. Hey, I made that name.
Visual clues that you might have overlooked.
Loki-gator, Croco-Loki.
What the hell is going on? And a reminder that the best way to support us here at New Rockstars is to get yourself some great merch at newrockstarsmerch.com.
Yes, their merch. They make really good merch.
Out of time shirt that I will be wearing in every video because I love it. So this episode opens on Asgard from Sylvie's timeline.
I would too if I ordered it, but I got no dough.
A reversal of the past Thor-centric establishing shots of Asgard that approach from the Bifrost Gate. Because for Sylvie, Asgard
backwards.
wasn't a hometown that she returned to after battle to revel in glory. It was a rustic hearth that she dreamed of those adventures from. She plays with toys.
But Valkyrie flies over, defeats the dragon, and saves Asgard.
Like Thor admitted in Ragnarok, Sylvie's fan crush was Valkyrie, riding her Pegasus. Now the dragon may be
I didn't even notice that. I knew she was playing with
so
toys. I didn't hear her talk about Valkyrie. Fenrir.
And this Viking boat, actually another of which.
Is his name Fenris in this?
In the background. But then the TVA comes in and arrests her for no apparent reason other than
I play Smite, so I call him Fenrir.
Perhaps since Sylvie sees herself in a heroic light, that could be what causes the TVA, or the mystery figure actually controlling the TVA, to see her as a potential threat. Because that person wants Loki's to be the bad guy and die prematurely. Now, this squad is led by Renslayer before she became a judge.
Yeah.
Hunter A23.
A23.
To Avengers 23 in 1963. The first comic appearance
of course, every number is a reference.
Time-traveling villain Kang the
Conqueror. Oh yeah, I mean,
love to her, but she rebuffs him, so you know he moves to destroy her home, which, fellas, is not the response to no. But the writers
that does link pretty well though.
Renslayer, as opposed to any TVA judge from the comics, feels like it could be a deliberate move to introduce Kang into the MCU, and referencing the specific comic issue where
he's definitely behind the TVA.
And that relationship was front and center.
He looks like the Timekeepers. He's gonna be an Ant-Man. It like has to be him, right?
He's the one who used his time travel abilities to create this bureaucracy that could manipulate time in a very specific way, and now sees all Loki variants who survive as chaotic Nexus beings who destabilize his perfect timeline. I mean, now that the Timekeepers are revealed to be android puppets controlled by
they look so good though.
Timekeepers
look sick.
Playing a different character, that leaves a vacuum for a big bad like Kang to appear ahead of Jonathan Majors' portrayal of him in Quantumania. Though in interviews, Majors claims to have no idea what we're talking about, so we'll see. Now, we never see what happens with the figurines Sylvie was playing with. They don't get erased with the reset charge, so maybe they were collected by Renslayer for her creepy collection of trophies. I mean, Kang's kingdom of Chronopolis, which could be that city in the quantum realm, is in the comics similarly made up of architectural relics of trophies from histories Kang has conquered. So
really, I know nothing about Kang. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess he conquers histories. That's what he just said.
She notices the for all time
conquers places.
Seal that Loki walked right over in the pilot. Her transcript stack is much shorter than Loki's since, you know, she's much younger and has spoken
true.
In her life. But notice that guy's mug does not yet feature his beloved cat.
I thought it was like maybe the same exact shot, but it is different.
recent acquisition. And by the way, I hope the cat's name is Schrodinger because that would be awesome. The girl is scanned to determine she is not a robot, which, since the timekeepers are androids, might actually be to prevent other robots from entering the TVA and detecting that secret. Because, you know, I'm bot phobic and I ignorantly assume all robots know each other. Renslayer meets with the timekeepers, who are arranged much like the goofy future leaders in their floating seats in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I've never seen Bill and Ted's. My dad always wants me to watch it, but I haven't seen it.
Someone less grand, yet still excellent.
They do look like that, though.
Is this red glowing symbol that looks similar, at least, to the runes that Agatha and Wanda used to mark a magical boundary.
Yeah, that's
from using magic within that boundary.
It's a pretty good link.
Perhaps similar sorcery was used by whoever built the TVA to keep Loki and Sylvie and others from using their magic within this setting. Now,
true, a magic rune. That's what it could be. I didn't even think of that.
Whose head by the end of
A
the
hex.
will be cut off. Now, Mobius wants to talk to C20, but Renslayer says
He's dead, Mobius.
What? How?
Oh, Owen Wilson may not get to say wow.
But he says how.
But he does get a solid how.
How?
He says something similar later on. I forgot what it is.
I'm sorry.
I remember Asgard.
Yeah, I like how that meteor whizzes like a bullet through Sylvie's head at the moment she cracks to open up to Loki about her past. And Sylvie says the TVA arrested her because she's a source of chaos.
Oh my gosh, I always think these things are like maybe coincidences, but he points them all out. Makes it seem true.
Being born the goddess of mischief.
And she may be right. She did really nothing to spawn a Nexus event. She was just targeted because someone fears all Lokis who don't die prematurely.
Yeah.
Sometimes pain.
And Renslayer said she didn't even remember why she was getting her.
We survive.
She's just following
Now, back
orders.
at the TVA, the screen shows Wrightville, Pennsylvania, January 6th, 1832. That's referring to a bridge over the Susquehanna River in 1832 that collapsed due to ice and flooding. Then Morag, the planet where Peter Quill recovered the Power Stone and Guardians of the Galaxy revisited in Endgame, which was a planet that used to be covered by vast oceans until the water receded, perhaps due to some environmental catastrophe. Now, above those are mentions of Sakaar, that's the trash planet from Thor Ragnarok, and Alberta, Canada, the province containing Calgary, site of one of the worst catastrophes in the year 1970, the birth of this piece of shit.
And I am a very, very proud Wagner.
Oh no, he's getting political.
To Lamentus 1, above you can read unidentified planet. Interesting, since we know the TVA has seen all of historical existence, and by the end of that, there are still some planets that remain unidentified.
Lamentus
And then
1.
Barcelona, Spain again, and then a bit later, after Barcelona, there's Aladon, referring to Aladon Prime, a decimated planet that the Kree army retreated to in the Annihilation Conquest comics. And then after that,
Why does everything futuristic and stuff have to have Prime at the end? It's so weird.
Lamentus 1 as it breaks apart reminds me of the point of view shots from the asteroid in Armageddon. That movie's crazy, but to be honest, it gave us some really fun stuff to look at. So
That looks like the SM explosion too. It happened on Lamentus.
Intensely powerful
And then they get rescued right there.
Event of this title. It is so powerful that it defied the apocalypse that should have prevented this branch from forming, meaning that these two free surviving Lokis connecting, falling for each other as opposed to killing each other, represents the greatest threat to the person behind the timekeepers and their sacred timeline. Essentially, this is like Loki squared to them. But they get captured, and Mobius throws Loki through this red door that's outlined in the same kind of neon glow as the timekeeper's rune, so perhaps it represents a different kind of inner TVA magic. In this case, it's this time cell.
Yeah, time cell.
Kind of like something you'd see in Black Mirror. But Jamie Alexander
True, it
returns
actually
as
is exactly.
Lady Sif.
You conniving, craven, pathetic worm. You did this!
I feel like I was in a time loop here. I feel like I've seen this scene a million times.
You know you deserve to be alone, and you always will be.
Now, Sif did not die with the Warriors 3 in Ragnarok, and she is expected to return in Thor Love and Thunder. Loki cutting Sif's hair is actually from Norse mythology, in which Loki cut off Sif's hair, and to make up for it, went to Nidavellir, where the dwarves crafted her new hair from gold. Actually led to the dwarves crafting for the gods all kinds of
That's
things. Like
nice.
Mjolnir. Now, I love how you can hear the loop track resetting each time.
Because it was just a bit of fun.
Yeah, that's what made me think it was a loop. I heard the rewind sound.
The sound mix of the scene, each of Sif's successive hits get louder and louder on each pass to convey that increasing pain level on Loki.
Really?
So Mobius
Whoa,
tells B-15
okay.
that they have brought in Kree
How does he
Titans
notice
and
this thing? It's so
vampires,
weird.
Kree referring referring to the.
How many times does he watch it?
Marvel, they also might have shown up in that Miss Minutes animation. Titans could refer to the people of Titan. That's Thanos' home world. Genealogically, Thanos is an eternal with a deviant gene, though maybe
They got Kree, they got vampires.
Titan, they just went by the name Titans. And vampires acknowledges the existence of Marvel vampires, soon to be explored in titles like Blade. Actually, vampires were brought
And
up previously in
Morbius.
Thor Ragnarok.
Even though it's not exactly in the, we don't know what it is, if it's in the universe or not.
Fighting off 3 vampires that were huddled together.
Sylvie is being interrogated in Time.
Oh, I didn't even realize they mentioned them back then.
A nod to Marvel What If 47, in which Loki takes Thor's hammer. I only bring it up because we actually see a version of Loki with a version of Mjolnir in the post-credits scene. Now, in Loki's interrogation,
It's like a worthy Loki. That's what I said.
When they first come back into it, they shift downward. This room might be part of one of the spires that we've seen in the TVA.
Oh,
exterior,
yeah, and things
rotates
move.
past whatever the outside light source is. The camera work uses this lighting to really great effect, like when Loki tells Mobius that he and all the TVA employees are variants.
So before this, you had a past. Maybe you had a family. A life. Nice try.
Yeah, notice how for a moment, as Mobius considers this possibility, the light of
Nice
truth
try.
shines
He's
on
like-
his shoulders, but then he leans back forward in shadow to signal him blocking that notion.
Oh,
right now.
wow.
Then, as Mobius says, he
Yeah, the
and Loki's
symbolism.
interests are no longer aligned. The overhead lights shift back upward in the other direction, and then as Loki says that Mobius is lying to himself, the light behind Mobius.
Is this things they all they think of while making it? It's so good.
By our friends at Manscaped, the best in men's
Manscaped. We're gonna skip this.
Man's off the memory that Sylvie reconstructed when she possessed her in episode 2. B-15 now sees this poster that reads, "Did you get them all? Verified through deletion." With this big brotherian mustached man whom we have seen in the credits. Now I'm getting some Howard Stark vibes from this
You know who
guy,
he looks
but
like?
I'm thinking it could be some
The dude from
veteran
WandaVision
TVA
commercials.
director, maybe He Who Remains, who created the Timekeepers in the comics. In Renslayer's office, this music plays.
Are we gonna get a He Who Remains in this? I've heard about that multiple times. That music is scary.
The Swan by composer Camille Saint-Saëns.
I don't like it.
Played here
Scary.
though, by Clara Rockmore, really the first maestro of the musical instrument, the theremin.
Oh, it's eerie.
Actually, Loki director Kate Herron said she played Rockmore's rendition of this song in her pitch to direct this series, and that is why you hear the theremin so often throughout this show.
True. It sounds like alien music. We hear it at the end, right?
Renslayer signs Loki's execution
Oh, I thought he was gonna put it in that scene, but it's definitely played at the end.
Pin that Mobius noticed in episode 2. Note how he looks down at it again here. And Renslayer says,
Cheers.
Cheers.
To putting all this behind us.
Amen. Yeah, Mobius
Amen.
might know his path.
He whispers so much I didn't even notice that.
So it's a bit fitting that he uses this religious affirmation. So Renslayer adds to her trophies Sylvie's sword, while Mobius switches their temp pads and abruptly leaves.
One drink?
I think I had 2, didn't I?
Mobius.
Yeah, Mobius is playing drunk here, but being confused over how many drinks he's had connects to when he did not remember leaving ring stains on her table. Just saying, he might not be the first or only Mobius out there, nor
Yeah.
the last. So Sylvie reconstructs B-15.
That's what the ring stains made me think of.
Wunmi Masaku's so good! She cries real tears here, but they mix in with the raindrops on her cheeks. A nod to the famous Tears of Rain monologue of Blade Runner, which was a major inspiration for Loki. Also, this moment cited in WandaVision with that Tannhauser Gate sign.
Blind Wave put that in their
facing a similar
reaction.
realization as replicants that her memories give her humanity that has been denied to her. So Mobius confirms from Renslayer's temp pad that she pruned C20 as a cover-up. So
Then he
goes
zooms
to
in
tell
on her
Loki,
even though it's clearly her.
Whatever you want to be, even someone good. I mean, just in case anyone ever told you different.
And Loki responds with this heartfelt grin, which sadly leads to this moment where Mobius knows Ravonna is about to prune him.
And
so he
Loki
says
cries
he
over
can
him.
always
Oh,
work
dude, this was an emotional episode.
TVA came along.
Just Loki's emotions. A jet ski.
What I like to do is riding on my jet ski.
Prune him.
Get this man a jet ski! Well, considering Loki got pruned to this exile place, it is possible doing this could have unplugged Mobius to his past life jet skiing. I mean, let's hope so. We know
Probably with a bunch of other
this is the last time
Mobiuses.
we're gonna see him. But also, again, that scream.
I don't
as
remember
they
that shot from the
raise,
trailer.
it's
What
so
the heck?
haunting. And notice how it ends with this digital zip sound, almost like someone being zipped up in a time body bag. In the
Oh,
elevator,
true.
Sylvia asks,
What was my Nexus event? Why did you bring me in?
Doesn't remember.
that little smirk. It's similar to what Thanos said to Wanda Maximoff in Endgame.
You took
Yeah, one of the best scenes in Endgame.
And what Don Draper said to Ginsburg in the elevator.
I feel bad for you.
I don't think about you at all.
So on to the Timekeeper's Chamber. It looks like it was designed from MC Escher's Relativity lithograph. Looks very cool. And
Oh,
the
what?
Timekeeper's
Yeah, wait. I did not pay attention to the stairs going all over the place. So hard to hear them. You need subtitles.
The f are these Muppets? I especially love the Lorax one. What do you have to say for yourself? But this artificiality is the idea. They were
Squidward.
positioned high up, bathed in mist, much like the great and powerful Oz.
That's what it reminded me of. Definitely Oz.
As a smoke screen. After the fight, Sylvie decapitates his central timekeeper, eliciting laughs from the other two until they've shut down like Chuck E. Cheese robots.
Yeah.
mindless
Who made them?
I love how its mouth continues to twitch, like Ash the Android Severhead and Alien. And with the wiring and the twitchiness, it's just very Hall of the President's animatronics. The production design stays consistent with the TVA's 70s analog tech. But yes, this confirms that the Timekeepers are not sacred deities, and much of what we heard in that Miss Minutes welcome video was probably a lie. But rather, these were the
I still want to know more about Miss Minutes.
Now in the comics, that was
I really do.
the elder
She's
TVA
so weird.
agent at the end of all time. But in the
But could
comics,
just be
they
a
are like
mascot, just like these
mindless
guys.
robots like this. They're really sentient beings with real power who operate independently. But some believe these robots could be based on the Doombots of Doctor Doom, or that He Who Remains could be some other past Loki variant, a King Loki, or even that this is all automated clockwork with no one at the helm but Miss Minutes. But I think, based on Ravonna being their advocate, a person who got promoted to judge despite losing a variant in a courtroom, who now seems okay with Loki killing
It's
her
Kang.
off, as if someone who's been a prisoner in this position.
Kang and
the chances
Ravonna.
are looking a bit better that Kang could be behind this all, and there's no chance I'll regret theorizing that. But right as Loki is about to confess his love to Sylvie, Renslayer prunes him through the back, just like how he got Coulson. But I also like how for a second it seems like his heart is glowing out of his chest, and his face is the last thing to fade,
Just
similar
like
to how when
Vision.
faded. The last thing Wanda saw was his face. Now, over the credits plays Brenda Lee's If You Love Me, Really Love Me, with lyrics about love eternal, even when life is over, similar to how
It is a love story episode, I've said it. That's what it is.
Actually, one shot in the credits has been updated to include, among the photographs of Loki and Sylvie, a photograph of Sylvie as a young
Baby
girl.
Sylvie.
In the post-credit scene where Loki awakens.
Judith.
Hell.
Now the captions reveal he is spelling it with one L.
Yeah, that's
meaning
what I
the
said
confirmed
too.
Afterlife of Norse mythology,
Yeah.
Christian hell, and then he hears a voice.
Not yet. But you will be, unless you come with us.
The boys.
So these are credited as
This is
classic
sick.
Loki, played by Richard E. Grant. He's dressed up in the bright yellow and green look from the comics. Maybe he's a Loki variant that
Comic
was from
Loki.
the comic universe. Then boastful Loki, who carries a version of Mjolnir that appears to be a truck piston attached to a piece of train
Yeah, it looks like a
rail.
wrench.
And then Kid Loki, another character from
It
the
is a
comics,
train rail.
who carries
What the
an
heck?
alligator with its own Loki crown. Now, Loki in the past has performed conjuring with animals.
Does that confirm
like
it's an
snakes
alligator,
and
not a
frogs.
crocodile?
Actually,
I don't really know the
Frog was
difference.
itself a reference to the Throg comics, but the voice we heard was Richard E. Grant's.
Frog
though it
Loki.
was off screen, leading some folks online to speculate that this could have been the gator talking. I don't know about that. I hope it's the case though. Now they are in the.
That would be
ruins of
cool
New
if the
York
kid
City.
doesn't
The
talk and he
Avengers Tower
talks
back
through the
there.
gator.
You could see this as the aftermath.
He like
of
speaks
Battle
through
of New York,
animals.
in which either Loki won or maybe where Iron Man failed to divert that nuke. You can actually hear the orchestra notes that are part of Alan Silvestri's Avengers theme.
Unless you come with us.
Yeah, Avengers.
But look closely at that particular
They're
Avengers
assembling.
tower. That is not the 2012 era Stark Tower, which did not yet have the upper Quinjet landing pad. That was not added until the next time we saw the
Oh,
tower
true.
in 2015's Age of Ultron. So I am thinking this could be sometime after 2018, after the sacred timeline Loki died. Because at that point, Earth was in the aftermath of Thanos' snap. And then maybe the TVA prunes all variant Lokis that they capture to this exile timeline to keep them from respawning in some
True.
other place in
Yeah,
time.
that
This
Avengers.
could mean President Loki and the
I don't know.
ragtag bunch around him are all banished Lokis who have gone nutty in this prison. We'll explore this more as we go on to
True,
episode
I do remember
5,
that
but
shot from the trailer. I thought that
goddamn,
would
what
happen
an
in
episode of
the
television
Rock's
we just
cart or
watched.
whatever.
Again, you can support us by checking out our merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com.
Support them. Go
You can
subscribe to
follow
them.
me on Instagram and Twitter at EAVoss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Eric Voss, for that breakdown. Yes, my biggest takeaways from what got revealed to me right here was that it's most likely Kang, even though I don't know a lot about Kang, but we know he's has to deal with this a lot in the comics, and he's getting introduced in Ant-Man, so they might as well just introduce him a little early in here. Little teases of him. I think, yeah, it's definitely him and Ravonna behind this whole thing. How they're doing it, how they somehow don't have, how like Infinity Stones don't have power here, how Loki's don't have power here, all that is probably also what Eric revealed here, which might be hexes, runes, kind of like Wanda's. Why they're red, I don't know exactly. Maybe they have a Wanda from a certain timeline, Scarlet Witch, and they're using her powers, but I feel like a Nexus being like Scarlet Witch would have powers in the, even in the TVA. Well, I guess, wait, no, that complete contradicts what I was just saying. Never mind, because she would be the one making it powerless in here. But yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to like contain her, keep her prisoner, make her work for them. But who knows? I don't know. Red hexes all over the walls. That's definitely what it seems like. But yeah, where Loki ended up right now, with the Avengers Tower being completely different than the one in 2012, which it would have been, or which it wouldn't have been, the different one. No, where is he in time? Is he after the snap already happened? Is he just straight after the nuke, but in this version of the timeline, the Avengers Tower was built earlier and got the little landing pad on it and stuff? Very weird that they use that tower. Maybe it's a mistake, but maybe not. Most likely wouldn't be a mistake if they have like that much editing going into it and stuff. They know what they're doing. They're going through time in this show. They would know to put in the correct Avengers Tower. So yeah, that is very weird that it's the newer model. But yeah, he pointed out some scenes in the trailers that I completely forgot about. I didn't forget about the one where he's like President Loki. That's what people were calling him, and he has all his followers and stuff. I didn't forget about that scene, but I thought that would happen in episode 2 for some reason, just because it looks like he's in like a supermarket or whatever. But the Egypt scene, what the heck was that? There was like the little sphinxes and stuff, and Mobius was driving a car through there. That's what it looked like. I don't even know. That's so weird. I think I avoided some of the last trailers just because I didn't want spoilers, so that's probably why I don't remember that scene or haven't even seen that scene before. But I guess we're going to Egypt sometime with Mobius. So Mobius is still definitely alive. But yeah, I'm excited for episode 5. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you want to see my reaction to that. Leave a like on the video. Go subscribe to the new Rockstars. Go leave a like on their video for breaking it down for us. Comment your theories on what's going to happen next. Comment your favorite episode so far. Do whatever you want in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.